sandpaper, and it's blown her mind. She's been using razors for years. What do you think about that? I mean, you see a lot of people hyper sensationalizing things like to get famous.
Right. I think that's a little extreme.
I mean, I'd go Nair before sandpaper, right?
Right. I mean, come on, lady.
I mean, there's no instructions. And okay, let me ask. Yeah, Danae says I call BS. It's on the mirror. Let me ask you this: what grit do you use?
On what?
On shaving your legs with sandpaper.
I don't shave my legs.
Well, hypothetically, if you did.
I have no clue.
Okay. Okay. Let me ask you this. So if you do your legs with that sandpaper, if you're a guy, and I assume a female, if you're doing the nether regions, do you think that it'd have to be a finer grit?
Probably, yeah.
Would you think so?
Yeah.
I mean, if a razor does that, could you imagine? Oh, Mr. Bumply Stumply down there, screw that, man. I'm telling you, I don't think I could do it.
No.
Sean says 440. Matt says 600 would be fine. Yeah. I don't know, man.
That'd be a little rough.
No, it would be ouch. You know what I'm saying? Ouch.
Yeah.
Here it is. I think we need some wisdom,
Right.
There, finally. It's probably not a good idea to try shaving with sandpaper.
No.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Ladies, it wouldn't be a good idea. You could tear a lot of things.
Well, how about this? Have you ever seen the people that put the stuff down, the hot stuff, and then rip it? Jack says 1200 grit. The higher you get, the finer it is.
Right.
Could you imagine trying to do it? Like, it'd be torture if you took like 80 or 120 grit and said, we're shaving your leg. I mean, you wouldn't have any skin left. You know what I mean? You know what the dog said when it slid across the sandpaper? Roof, roof. I learned a couple things over the weekend. Did you know that Chuck Norris stands faster than people run?
No.
He does. It's a proven fact.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm currently enrolled in school, and he's teaching me how to speak Braille. So how's it doing over there, brother? Let me guess. It's not working because you didn't shut it off and turn it back on, right?
I did shut it off.
You did?
Yeah.
That dang phone.
I know.
Wait, my stuff's coming up.
Yeah, dude, it's not coming up.
Not at all?
None of my stories.
Okay, so how about this? Let's say you're looking for a house to buy, right? So in today's climate, what do? You jump on Google Earth and you start looking at the property, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay, dream home. Okay, dream home for these people. And she she goes on there and she starts looking, and guess what she finds?
What's that?
A pair of legs on her property. Now, what it was literally a video glitch that somebody was standing there and the camera did, this weird thing where it showed the legs down, but it scared her so bad that she would not buy the property from disembodied legs. Would you?
No.
Let me ask you a serious question. If you thought a place was haunted, would you buy it?
Probably not.
I mean, you're scared to death.
No, I wouldn't.
Go ahead and tell the story about you and Jerky McGee out there and at the.
I think I already talked about this.
Well, you did, but there's new people on here. They've never heard the story. Tell them about. Tell Lori.
It was Bobby Mackey's in.
Okay.
Northern Kentucky, up there by Cincinnati.
Right.
We went in there one night. Me, the wife, her mom, her boyfriend. We all went in there. I went.
Bobby Mackey's.
Went to the restroom. And there, I got a cold feeling over my shoulder. I'm standing there right at the urinal, like I'm standing in front of this mic, trying to keep my mouth straight. Boss man.
And Jerky McGee shows up.
Yep, ghost from the past, I guess, in that place. And
I've watched the Discovery Channel thing on that, and they say that it's real.
Yeah.
So what did you do?
I just hurried up and pissed. I'm surprised I didn't do that old Dumb and Dumber where I pissed
Yeah, well, there's that. But, some guys, you go in and you go to the urinal and they sit there and they stand there and they stand there and they stand there. And you just, you look over and, what's the matter, brother? You got stage fright or what?
That's right. Yeah, right.
I'll bet you had stage fright from old Jerky McGee up there. You didn't?
No.
Come on, tell us the truth.
I hurried up and got out of the bathroom and went back to the table and told everybody. I was like, man, this place is weird, man.
Is that your only ghost story?
That's the only one I've got.
That's the only ghost story you got?
Yeah.
You didn't have like going over a bridge and somebody feel your shoulder? Or
no.
Nothing like that?
No, but I could tell you a story about my brother-in-law.
All right, let's hear it.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, it's Monday. It's Fun Day Monday. So
okay. This is my brother-in-law. He's one that passed here a few years back, but he'd had a good story.
Was he a good guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice guy, man. He was coming home from work late one night, and this one highway, they was always talking about a headless person would show up at this certain time in the morning, every morning.
Really?
Throughout the week. And on his way home, I guess this headless person got in the car with him. And he looked over and he's like, holy cow. He started saying something to him.
Was there something in the air that night?
Oh, no, brother.
Yeah, Phil Collins and Genesis went to Ohio. And the Buckeyes were in bloom. Yeah. And they wrote a song high as hell called In the Air Tonight. Yeah. And I was thinking maybe that's you and your, Yeah. I mean, Bobby Mackey's is in Kentucky, though, right?
Yeah.
But there's still Buckeyes there, right?
I'm not sure.
We don't have Buckeyes here.
Yeah, probably is.
Otherwise, we'd have a bunch of people walking around thinking that their college team was the best in the world. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wait a minute. We ain't Alabama. Oh, hey.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
I know. It is what it is. I have a weird ghost story. So my wife went to her parents' home. This is when I was up there in the land of frozen tundra. Okay.
Yeah.
And it was like 3:00 in the morning. And I have this house. It's way down in the middle of nowhere. It was on Opossum Avenue.
Opossum Avenue.
Yeah. I mean, it literally way out in the middle of nowhere. So I'm sitting there. My wife, like I said, she had went to her parents, which was like 3.5 hours away. And I'm sitting there. It just snowed, about 8 inches of fresh snow on the ground. I'm laying there. I hear the door open to the house. I said, hey, babe. 3:00 in the morning. And I hear click, 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 all the way down to my bedroom door. Okay. The door flies open. And I was like, geez. And I turned around and nobody's there. I was like, that's weird. Maybe she just ran into the bathroom or something. So I got up and I walked out. Nobody's in the bathroom. All the lights are off still in the house. And I peeked my head, like the bathroom was right next to our door. Peeked my head in there and I hear boom, 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 boom. The door to the house just slammed shut, right?
Oh, boy. I'm
scared now. I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. Mm-hmm. So I go up to the door and I open the door and fresh snow, not one footprint in the snow at all.
Oh, my goodness.
That was a little freaky. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, So you have an upstairs neighbor, correct?
Yes, I do.
Good one?
She seems to be nice, but hardly ever see each other. She's just like in and out a lot.
Different working schedule? Yeah. Okay, well, what would you do if your neighbor came down and said, hey, I lost all my pet snakes. They got out of the cage. They're around here somewhere. What would you do? How would you sleep?
Oh, my God. I would see how quick I could make a bunk bed. And I feel like those, what's his name in that movie where they had the brothers.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Right, yeah. Yeah, I would feel kind of like.
Higher up I am, I guess.
Well, your comedy and the stuff you do reminds me of the bartender from the Boondock Saints. Like, why don't you be like a leaf and GFTO, you know? Yeah. Well, check this out. Neighbor left unable to sleep after receiving terrifying note about missing snakes.
Yeah.
A neighbor found a note from someone else living in the building warning them that they had came across 4 snakes, which appeared to be escaped pets, with 2 even making it into their flat. So, into their apartment. Have you ever had a bad neighbor, like the neighbor from hell?
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Susie Q. Yeah, have you?
Yeah.
Give me a story. What's the worst thing a neighbor ever did to you?
It wasn't to me. It was to my wife, my late wife.
Let's hear about it.
The neighbor, I don't know. It was just, they got into it. They used to be friends, and then they got into it.
Oh, one of those things.
One of those things. She shouted back at her. Something was said. I don't know if it was social media or what. The wife was upset.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And they started cursing back and forth. I had to calm that situation down. It was getting pretty bad.
Really?
Yeah.
See,
my wife was
firecracker.
Like Maya.
Yeah. But luckily, I got some pretty good neighbors here, but it hasn't always been that way.
Right.
Have you ever had a neighbor that wouldn't keep their yard clean?
Yeah.
I hate that. If you spend a lot of time cleaning your yard, it pisses you off when other people are doing it.
Yeah, because if it's your neighbor doing it, it makes your yard look bad.
Right. I'll tell you, I was a bad neighbor one time myself, though.
Yeah.
Okay. I had a brother-in-law that happened not to be so good. Okay. And he enjoyed the adult beverage, if you know what I'm saying. Right. So we had a 4th of July party, and obviously he was over. My nieces were over. Well, that was when the big balls.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what those are over there, but they had the little tower, and you shoot them out. You put the big, and they're about this big around. Fireworks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there, and he's had a few too many adult beverages before he showed up at my house, and I was right next to a marina. Okay, so there's my house and the marina, and there's a real nice wooden privacy fence in between us. You know, the kind where they put like 2x6s flat, and then they put he, like I said, had a little bit too much to drink, and he lit one, and it tipped over sideways, and it went into the fence. However, it was like a pinball. It went, and it laid there, and the fence exploded, and then, mortars, and then started the fence on fire.
Right.
Okay, now I didn't have my hose ready. I didn't have it. So we were grabbing buckets, running to the lake to put it out, but it burnt a lot of the fence. You ever had anything like that?
No.
You're still trying to get your phone to work, aren't you?
Yeah, and it's like a cookie problem.
A cookie problem?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I usually
can see you having a cookie problem.
Yeah, I usually don't have a problem with cookies, but cookies on here, yeah.
Can you do the Cookie Monster?
I'm a Cookie Monster. I don't know. Was that good?
No.
No, I can't do no Sesame Street.
So I wanted to bring this up because Bill and Melinda Gates are calling it quits.
Yeah.
Okay, it happens.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? But if you're, an international hate monger,
it couldn't happen to 2 better people.
Well, I saw a story over the weekend that he had transferred $2.5 billion into Melinda's account. What a swell guy. I want to know what it feels like one time to say, call your banker and be like, this is Bill Gates calling. Can you please transfer $2.5 billion into Melinda's account? Will you do that, please? Yeah. And then I want to hear the response from the banker on the other end. What do you say when somebody says they want to transfer $2.5 billion? What do you say to that?
They go for it. Transfer it to me.
No, I mean, if you're the banker, what do you say to that?
If I'm a banker, I'm thinking, what's going on here? That's an awful lot of money.
It is an awful lot of money. Dan says, so does she get $500 billion? I don't think so. I think she's going to get some billions, but they're, philanthropy. Yeah. That's what they call it. Is pretty important to both of them. And let's get real here. Could you ever spend $2.5 billion?
I probably couldn't.
I don't think I could. I mean, if I was out there spending every day,
but what I could do, this is one thing about it. There's a lot of people that don't know what they could do with their money. They got money.